I am, that I have friends who I can just call on because
I said that.
we were struggling. She did say thank you though. She did say thank you for having friends.
For you to call me at like 10 o'clock and you know how I am.
Yes.
About mornings, even though I was already up because I had an appointment with a surgeon to get my butt injections. But
oh my gosh.
I thought he was serious. I was like, hold on, wait. Okay.
I'm trying to get that BBL. Brazilian. Trying to have a hot Jason summer.
Hey, Janae.
Wait, so Jason, are you really not a morning person like at all?
I realized it, and I'm really not. Like, because I'm having a surgery to have a lipoma removed off my arm, a fatty tumor. So a lot of Dr. Pimple Popper stuff going on there.
So why do we keep bringing that name up? We don't have to.
Who, Dr. Pimple Popper?
We don't. Why? Why are we doing this?
You don't like the alliteration of that?
No.
Dr.
Eat it. Stop it. Hey, Mike.
But yeah, like they scheduled me for the appointment at 9:15 in the morning, and when she said, "So we have one at 9:15 for 3 weeks out," I was like, "I can do it, I guess," because I've waited a year because of COVID and stuff. I put it off for that long.
Yeah,
but I don't do mornings. Even this morning, I think I had some kind. I don't know why I was up this morning at before 9 o'clock, and I can lay there and I'm fine. But if someone tries to interact with me, it's a different ballgame. Like I don't.
This is why Jason and I are friends. It works. It just works.
But somebody's gonna be up to tell the story, though.
What is happening?
I don't know. I'm just saying, but like both of y'all can't be asleep in the morning because what if there's an emergency that both of y'all are just trying to sleep through?
So here's the thing. Okay, just like we talked about in the episodes, it's checks and balances. Okay, so I go to sleep really late and I'm up. Like sort of just listening to every noise in the house, like, oh, okay, if the building catches on fire, I'll wake Jordan up, I'll grab the dog, I'll save everybody in the building, everything's gonna be great. At a certain point in the night, I check out and I go to sleep, and then Jordan is up in the morning at 8 o'clock in the morning to work with the dog. So then Jordan knows, like, okay, if the building catches on fire for whatever reason, he can grab the dog, he wake Jason up, grab everything, wake everybody up, save the day. So checks and balances. I don't know how it works out with friendship with Leah, but
listen, I was up right before y'all finished washing the dishes for breakfast.
But the building was on fire, remember? So
it's okay.
It's all right. What role are you playing in saving the day?
Listen, my job is to make sure that I grab my pants, my backpack, do a head count. Are we good?
She's outside doing the head count. It's like, no, actually, you got to grab people before you do the head count.
No, for what?
I feel like you would be like, what you doing burning down the place?
She would be that person in a fire drill that's like grabbing their stuff and grabbing everything. Like, no, leave everything behind. It's like, no, I got to go through the safe. Got to get everything out the safe. Got to go.
No, it's all in one box. Grab the box.
She didn't say no that she wouldn't be that person. She's saying no that it's not in the safe.
It's not. No. Yes. I have to get the pants.
Yeah,
make sure I'm wearing pants, and then head count outside, away from the fire. That's what we're doing.
You wouldn't grab anybody?
He is 6'5".
I'm saying, but you wouldn't grab.
Like you just have to just kind of rustle somebody up. She's not saying grab them. She's like, okay, just gentle nudge, like, hey, the building's on fire. I don't know if you want to get up or not.
I have to take 5 steps to keep up with their 2. So I feel like they would be leaps and bounds ahead of me already.
Not if I'm asleep and the building is on fire.
Listen.
See, Jason, I'm sorry. She's going to leave you behind.
I'm not. I always get left with them. What are you talking about? We're in Seattle, and they had to have a system where one stayed in front of me and one stayed behind because they're way above the crowd. Yeah. And I'm in the crowd.
We literally lost her in the crowd more than once at Pike Place. Not even joking.
What kind of friends are you?
It's hard because we are literally, it's like this, where we are seeing everything from above. And she's like seeing a normal people view. You see how I clean that up? She's seeing a normal view of the world.
Wait, how tall tall are you? How tall are you and Jordan? Are you guys the same height?
6'5", about 6'5", 6'5.5", something like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
well that makes a lot of sense.
It's actually absurd. And
I'm like, what you doing way up there? What's going on?
Is the
So
air
what-
different up there?
it is actually.
Oh,
The
I thought
other
it
day,
was just
it is. It smells better because you don't have to smell as many people's breath. But just kidding, not.
not.
Sort of. But no, it's weird because when we went camping with my dad a few weeks ago, I was telling Leah this story about how one of my little cousins,
Hey, Titi.
I was trying to pick him up because his feet were hurting or something like that. And so I was trying to pick him up and he didn't want me to pick him up. And I was like, why not? He's like, that's too high. I'm like, okay. I promise I won't drop you or anything. So at first he was trying to get on my shoulders, but then I picked him up and had him just at my eye level. And I was like, see, this is what I'm seeing all the time. He was like, no, you need to put me down.
That panic. He was like, whoa.
He was like, no. Like he gripped the back of my neck like so hard. And I was trying not to like just toss him because it's a kid. And apparently it's
why would you throw the child?
Because he grabbed my neck. He grabbed my. I mean, it's not like
me.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying nothing about that.
I can't.
I wouldn't want to throw a child.
If that is your knee jerk reaction, then that's a problem.
Wait,
that's a problem. Listen.
It's like if a crab grabbed you at the beach, like grabbed your toe or something, you're gonna reach down and just try to flick the crab off, right?
Yeah,
I love the kid.
Back in water.
Right? Like I know it's a kid. I love the kid. The kid is adorable. The conversations are great. But like in that moment, if a kid grips your just like your neck, you're like, whoa, dude.
Why are you tearing up my stuff?
Is it a poltergeist or something?
No. Between her and her child. They keep tearing down my decorations.
I reject this energy.
I didn't even move.
Yes.
Really?
Not all kids need to be thrown. What kids do you know that need to be thrown?
He said sometimes kids need to be thrown. He gets
like
it.
in a playful thrown or like intentionally throwing them.
Same really, TT. I don't know. I don't know what's happening here. But thank you all for tuning in to another recap of Take a Space podcast. I am your host, Leah, joined by my co-host, Kayla, and the shenanigans that is JJ Newberry, a.k.a. Jason.
I'm sorry for the ensuing chaos. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
I don't even know what's going on over here.
I didn't even touch it.
Okay, so first of all, let me tell you something. Okay. Kayla.
She said, first of all.
I know.
Kayla has bought this chair. It's absurd, okay?
It's a great chair. Okay,
it looks comfortable.
It really is. For those who don't know, I had back surgery, so my back is like jacked up. And I had to get the chair. Me being cheap is not always the go-to I should do. So I did invest in this chair, and it's a great chair. Yes, it's big and bulky, but it gets the job done. And say my chair is comfortable. So
it's also knocking down the set.
When you say invest, that changed the energy of the conversation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can you send me the link to the chair so that I can see how much it costs? Because I might need to buy the chair myself. But I don't want to put you on blast. I don't want to put your business out there.
I got to know.
Is this your first?
Okay, you know what?
She did go through some cheap chairs, and now she knew she needed to invest into another.
One for a couple months. No, it's almost close to a year now. I've had this chair for.
I don't know why she's asking. She just got here.
I had to think about it, but I've had this chair almost a year.
It made it on the car from Texas to North Carolina.
It did.
That's all that matters.
Don't stress me out.
Is this a podcast?
So just so we're clear, did the picture fall because of the chair, or
it's not okay?
The
so
poltergeist?
These shelving units. There's a small one. If y'all watch the podcast, there's a third one supposed to be on the wall.
It used to be there. Yeah, right.
Yes.
I think the back of my chair is rubbing against it. Well, yeah, as you can see, hold on. Which way is it? There it is. The Velcro strips. But yeah,
Now
okay.
it's gone.
It's not like it's
Between
broken or anything.
her and Dylan, I don't know why y'all can't just keep stuff on the wall.
For what? I have to touch it. You know, when you're younger, your parents told you don't touch anything, just sit still and be quiet.
At least now you know that it wasn't secure on the wall. That's what this was. This
It
was a
has
test.
not moved until they got here. It did not move.
Because you didn't touch it.
At least now
Exactly.
you know that
leave
it can't.
way.
It can't withstand a gentle nudge
Yeah.
from an
see?
investment chair. So
A gentle nut. You know what?
a gentle
We're not
nudge
doing
from an
this.
investment chair.
We're not doing this. I thought that was the deal was making all the records.
It was Kayla all along.
It's not my fault.
Do they? Do
She
they?
said, Master P.
Do they miss her? Is she miss?
Oh, come on.
I was
I'm
say-
sure they do.
I would
I'm
say
sure they
Daniel does, because the same thing went down in the morning. Daniel will go in your room and like, hey, you up?
First of all,
just say things to Chandler.
etiquette. One thing I had to realize is that living with small children, they don't understand boundaries.
Oh my
Okay.
God, no.
I am in my bed, sleep. All I hear is open the door. There was no pause for the response.
But he's
It's a
not.
courtesy knock.
I bet
He
he
is
is.
not.
It's like when a
And
doctor
then-
walks in.
I even put my arm out. No, don't get in the bed. He goes, so get it on the other side? Cool. And he'll hop it on the other side of the bed, crawl under the covers, and cuddle up while watching his iPad. He did the little shimmy down, and I was like,
But we're making progress. He knocked first.
I don't have to be at work for another 2 hours. I just want to go to sleep.
Nope, he knocked. We're making great progress.
He knocked. I'm
knocked.
impressed that he
You
knocked.
gotta give him that props. He knocked.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He just threw Sinclair out of the house. I feel like
Why are you laughing?
Yeah, she
I
really
think
looked
about
at
it. I had to just hold that
I'll
in.
keep her around.
Why did he have socks on in the pool?
They are so impatient. Like when I tell them, okay, usually after we're eating breakfast, Daniel likes to open up the backyard door because we have a little inflatable pool. And I tell him like, wait a second, let's go upstairs and change your clothes into your swim trunks. By that time, I'm opening up the gate, like the little childproof gate, to get out of the kitchen. Daniel's already outside.
He was
then,
gone.
Yeah, then Dylan follows suit. Dylan doesn't care. Dylan's in his shirt is pulled up in socks. And so he's like, hey, I'm already wet outside, so what the heck? I don't need to change my clothes.
This is why I don't wake up till 30 minutes before I have to go to work.
Oh, that's pushing it.
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of morning person.
Yeah. Well, it's a 30-foot walk from my bed to my desk. So yeah.
Even when I was tutoring, I mean, I'll get up an hour before just so I can have my morning anger. Yeah, I need 30 minutes for my morning anger. And then 30
Oh God.
You have to schedule morning anchor?
Oh
Well,
Lord.
no, when I wake up, I'm like, oh. And then I lay there for a while and I scroll through the news, get angry. Then I get up and start to go about my day. And then that 15-minute window opens where it's like, okay, you can start to talk to me and stuff.
Why are you wait? Why is each morning starting off with you being angry?
No, I just
The morning anger is more so like, okay, the anger will come if you talk to me too early. So,
just, what do you want?
yeah,
It can't be a text that I can look at later.
and I know it's irrational. It's not rational in any sense of the word, but it's just I've always been like that. Like my dad, when we would go to their house on the weekends, they would cook dinner or cook breakfast early in the morning, and sometimes I would miss out on breakfast because I would just be laying there and hearing everybody being morning people and having fun and interacting and everything, and I'm just laying in bed like, oh my God, just give me 30 more minutes. Just everybody stop talking. It's not rational.
He knows.
It's not rational at all.
I don't know why.
It is.
What
It's
job do you have to work at 3 or 4 years old that you are up at 5:30 in the morning?
The job I do?
I said at 3 or 4 years old.
Oh.
No children should be up that early.
Is the sun up when he gets up?
No.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know what's going on there.
I was like, where do you have to clock in? I don't understand. I've topped 15 minutes before I clocked in to get ready for work. I used to be worse. I used to just wake up like enough to log in and then roll back over and go back to sleep for another hour because that's when we get. That's when the manager comes in. He's like, "Good morning, Leah." I'm like, "Good morning, Bill.
I've been here all day.
Hey, man,
Look,
how's it going?"
I tried that two
Good morning,
times.
Anchor Twins.
See, you get
What
it.
is with this anchor though?
I've tried that 2 times. So I used to set an alarm 30 minutes before I had to be to work when I worked at the this facility at West Sacramento, which I don't know why they figured Sacramento was so great that, hey, let's make a West Sacramento. But I digress.
I do like Old Sac though. I do like Old Sac.
Old Sac is nice, but West Sac is like
West Sac is ridiculous.
I
South Sac is good.
But,
yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah, I when I had to work at West Sac, I actually woke up and teaching the class, well, mentoring a class. I'm supposed to be there before the class starts. You know where the story is going. I woke up 30 minutes after the class started. And I jumped out of bed because my brother was like, Jason, don't you have a class today? Like, oh, crap. And so I had to like send a text message to the main teacher and I had to tell her like, hey, yeah, my dog got sick because we switched her food. So that's why I was late. So from that moment on, I set my alarm for work at least an hour before so that I could schedule like that snooze and then that morning anger thing. And then during the pandemic, I woke up 5 minutes before I was supposed to tutor a student, which luckily the student didn't want to turn on cameras anyway. So I still had that like bleary eyed look. So
did you have the morning breath?
No, I can't. I can't, for some reason, I can't talk to people with morning breath. Like I can't do it. Even on the phone, there's something about it that makes me feel like,
just says,
what is that?
Go brush your teeth.
Come on, like let me just go
You didn't switch anything in there?
2 minutes, just run it across his teeth real quick. It's timed and everything. Automatic toothbrush, just do it. It's fine. Just didn't put pants on that day. I just kept my pajama pants on, but I brushed my teeth. I saw to that.
Oh my gosh. How about some days I just don't clock in and is it right?
Right.
It's gotta be worth it. If I'm taking off of work, I gotta be going somewhere doing something. I'm not gonna waste a day.
Yeah, I waste a day. I don't care.
I'll waste a day. I will waste a day. I need a mental health day. Some days you just need a minute to just step back from whatever the responsibility.
Yeah. Because how my job is, if I take more than one day, it's just one occurrence. But if I take off Monday and a Thursday, that's 2 occurrences. So if I want to get an occurrence, I'm going to take as many days as I possibly can.
Oh.
So I'm like, yeah. So I'm not going to do just one day. I need to do 2-3 days.
Hold it up and then, or build it up and then just let it stretch out. Like, okay, yeah. charge it, and then just run it out.
And you thought you were Khadijah. You thought you were Khadijah.
Have you seen the show Living Single?
Are you talking to me? Wait,
okay.
Is that for the general public?
Because honestly, the last I don't know what it was called that we watched when we was at your place was not something I was expecting. You know what I'm talking about?
Was it
that really horrible?
Yeah. So yeah. I don't know. I thought that movie
was so bad.
That movie is horrible. It has the worst monologues ever, and it is the worst movie ever.
No, it's just a bad movie. It's
terrible. So I was asking if you watched Living Single. I thought that's the
love Living Single.
Okay.
Oh man, my reputation is in the gutter.
Oh my gosh. Oh no, I had to get my voice right, so I had to do 15 minutes. If I did 5 minutes deep.
Hello, thanks for calling.
Thank you for calling. How can I help you? No. What do you need?
I'm not supposed
I'm not a sir. What do you mean?
There's some man covering her station today. What's going on there?
Old Sac, I'm not mature enough to let you say that.
Yeah.
Listen, I need you to get it together. I really need you to pull it together. Because
No, you can keep it apart for a minute. Let him have
is it Old Town? Is the official name Old Town Sacramento?
I don't even know. I've always just called it Old Sacramento or Old Sac.
Yeah.
Which
I just wanna
now
go
that
back
I
to
say
the
it
candy
after he
stores.
points that
I
out.
just want to do that. Honey T says the dog though. You blame
No,
on the dog.
that's your excuse.
Yes.
Look, that dog has come and she's so useful for my excuses. And she doesn't mind it because usually when I use her as an excuse, then
yours.
she's mine in spirit. So,
In spirit.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Remember the talk show where the guy's voice was unexpectedly high and yes.
Oh.
Yeah, there was
that.
I gotta find that clip and put it up. It'll be on the Instagram page tonight. I don't care. I took 3 weeks off. Again, my spirit wasn't right. Lady, I have bills.
3 weeks?
Ma'am. Can't
Okay.
play Living Single scene
sure
every
did.
day.
Season
I
3,
love that
episode
show.
4.
Season 3, episode 4. All right.
Okay.
Write it down.
Remember, okay, so if you remember the movie, hey Rachel.
Hey, Rachel.
Rachel.
I know Kayla's too young, and I was so sad when I referenced the movie and she doesn't know what I'm talking about.
The movie title, so I still don't know what movie title.
Well, because okay, so the scene is the little girl comes and tells her father that a woman came to the door and said, well, she said to bleep bleep and a bleep bleep, and she'll fill in the bleep bleeps later. And Kayla didn't know what I was talking about.
What's the movie title?
Ghost Dad.
No, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, Bill Cosby movie. No, I don't know that movie like that.
I just know it because I've seen it like 4 times. I'm sorry, there's firecrackers going on outside.
That movie traumatized me as a child because I was thinking, because I was like, okay, what if one of my parents dies? Are they gonna come back to haunt me lovingly?
And then you find their body because it was like a mistaken identity.
Like, come on.
You go to the hospital. You gotta go. The daughter goes into her body first.
I don't remember that much of the movie, honestly. I'm sorry.
Oh, you know what you said? You said it's called Ghost Dad?
Yeah, Ghost Dad.
No, I thought you were talking about the...
if you're Sinclair, that's cool. It's better than being Cole on Martin or Jared on Boomerang for a guy.
I haven't seen Boomerang.
I haven't seen Boomerang long. Oh, wait, no. Is that the same when Pops was like, you gotta coordinate. I get Boomerang and Strictly Business mixed up all the time.
Oh, wow. I don't want to say what I thought the movie was. Hold on.
I have to say I agree with the statement. Yeah. Are you okay?
No.
Speak on it. And I don't know what you left.
I thought it was this. I read Boomerang as that.
Okay, Boomerang and Booty Call are not the same movie. They're not even on the same playing field. That's
continue. That's what I read. I was like, wait, hold on. I know you didn't really say that.
She's young, y'all. She's young. She's young. So this week, we got to talk about transactional relationships and how developing clear, humble communication between both parties can really prevent from having bitterness or whatever. And so you gotta get it together.
I'm trying.
Take your time, KK.
Yeah. Oh, you are Sinclair. You get it together.
You skipped some.
I'm going back. It's moving. She calls you Bird. Queen Latifah, Jimmy Fallon, and
Taxi. Is it Taxi? No, just Taxi.
I think it's Taxi.
It's just Taxi.
When he was like, she said, "What's your name? Vern. What is it? Vern." Yes, that's you.
I never saw that movie.
Why?
You're not missing anything. He sings.
I know. I just
This
remember
will be, and that's like the highlight of the movie.
Listen here, Bo.
What?
Yeah, I could do without that. That's okay.
You missed two up there, Justin and
Who?
Honey TT or really TT.
Go up.
Go.
No, I got that one.
Right there.
Yeah, she says, I have to agree with that statement.
Wait, what statement? Oh, wait, the statement he said. Oh, when I said I'm Sinclair.
Yes.
I
Oh, Jesus, Kayla. Lord, help me out.
don't know.
Anyway, okay. So on the episode, we talked about how we prevent from being bitter in those relationships, and how we really try to make sure that when we are in the relationship that that we're doing things out of love and not just for reciprocity. So Kayla, I'll let you go first. Okay.
She's like, what is my prompt?
Now she's gone. Okay, Jason.
All she said is-
While she gets it together, I'm gonna ask you first.
What are you asking me?
I'm getting ready to ask you the question.
Okay.
Okay. So when you realize that you're in a transactional relationship or you feel like you're being taken advantage of, whether it's romantically, familial, or professional, how do you go forward to get out of that? Not just to keep yourself from being bitter, but to keep yourself from being taken advantage of.
See, in my family, I've been deemed as the like in like every Black movie, there's that one sibling that like is like the wall that people have to get past to like prove themselves. Like the new boyfriend or girlfriend have to prove themselves to the wall to get past to get in with the family and be good.
Yeah.
Like who was it? I think Regina King. Regina King and This Christmas, where she was kind of like the tough one, like more protective of everybody and stuff. So I've been deemed as that personality trait amongst my family. So I've actually always been really good about, like, if I feel like I'm being taken advantage of, or if somebody that I know is being taken advantage of, I cut somebody off very quick. I don't know how I do it. I just kind of like, it's almost like a 3-strike type thing where it's like it happens once. I sort of try to guide things a certain way and try to remaneuver things and make it so that I don't feel like I'm being taken advantage of, or even try to reframe my own thinking or try to reframe their thinking about whether the person is capable of doing something themselves. If it happens again, then I start to pull back, and then otherwise I just kind of withdraw completely. I've always been really good about being a turtle in that sense and just withdrawing to myself if I feel like certain things aren't going a way that's conducive to the energy that I choose to welcome into my life.
You're not vibing with the energy that I have conducted in this space.
Like I'm not big on making things like forcing things to fit if it doesn't seem like they're fitting. So I'll give it a go, but it's not something that I've ever had a problem with just moving on from stuff if I feel like it's not conducive to my integrity or me feeling good about something. Like, not that I'm getting something out of it, but if I just feel like you're just draining me dry like a siphon or something, then I don't need that.
Yeah.
So, what about you, Kayla? How do you? Sorry, I just took your hosting question. That pivot. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I was gonna pivot onto her anyway. So
I typically stop doing for others once I realize that they're taking advantage of me, or it is starting to be. Sorry. I can't.
First of all, nobody can see it. I don't know why you even did that.
Because it was itching me. But no, I stopped doing for others, and then I still, I guess, have conversations with them, but not like on the same way how it used to be.
Yeah.
Because my biggest thing, I really don't like being taken advantage of, and once I realize that I have or am being taken advantage of, it also depends on exactly what they're doing, because I'm known to retaliate. And so you don't have to fuck your eyes. I definitely am known to retaliate, not as much as I used to. I have to give myself props there. But right, you know what?
There's something over there.
For me, I was always the type of, I do care about people, but once you hurt me, you have to feel the same hurt that I felt.
Okay.
And so that's the way that I can make sure that one, our relationship's not going to be the same, and two, it's not going to happen again.
She's like, I've torched this.
Yeah.
He's torched it to the ground. There's no rebuilding this.
Yeah. So that's just me. And then eventually, after a while, I like to sit back and just think like, is this something that is this someone that I really need in my life? And then from that conclusion, I can be like, all right, this is over with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. It depends on who it is, like, and like you said, what they're taking from, what you feel like they're taking from you.
Yeah.
Because in most cases, I think I can probably count on one hand the amount of times where I've just like kind of just completely withdrawn from a friendship. On the other hand, like in familial situations or with some friends and stuff, like I have felt myself just pull back and then still interacting with them, but making sure that I'm not putting myself out there as much and offering as much, which is hard because that's like giving up my time and stuff. That is one of the things that I like automatically lapse to. But like you said, sometimes people can see that and take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Learn that the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Being taken advantage of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to make sure you protect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know about the retaliations, though. I'm sorry. I don't want to.
Yeah, Kayla, let's talk about some of your retaliations.
I'm sorry.
You haven't been to jail, so.
I mean, she's sitting here. I don't set anything on fire. I don't think she would.
No, like I don't do anything to like harm them. I don't. I've honestly, I've never done anything to harm a person, but it's more so like, oh, you needed this, go into the trash, or like
the macaroni.
Or the thing is,
you were gonna eat this? Oh, my bad.
No, because I remember we was living with Hercules.
Wait, is somebody about to find something out that, like, is this going to be a bomb drop right now?
Is it? No. Oh, they're aware. They're well aware
okay.
what happened. Yeah. Okay. There was something that happened. We were like basically in a disagreement, and they were pretty much. I realized what was going on. It was basically a big build up, and I was like, okay, you know what? You did this to me. I don't like it. I told you I didn't like it, but it was kind of like you weren't accepting how I felt. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and get back at you. And so it was literally, I think it wasn't food. I want to say it was some type of project that they had.
You threw away their science fair project? That was 30% of their grade.
And let's just say they had to start all the way over. Yeah. So
academic sabotage.
Yeah. So I never ever harmed anybody. It's just that was a different kind of hurt. Not physically harm them, but
that was a different kind of hurt.
We
didn't say you walking around brass knuckles. We just said, listen, emotionally, you about to be wrecked.
They have to feel.
What if they have to go home and tell their parents, I don't know what happened?
That's like some Bart Simpson, like old school, I will ruin your academic career. They probably still think about that regularly.
Every time they want to do something mean to somebody, they think about the time their 30% grade dropped and their project is in the trash.
And it's not my fault. I mean, well, it is my fault.
I was going to say,
it is my fault.
You're the one who did it.
I was young then.
It quite literally is your fault. I'm proud of you for not being such a petty Betty. I think, right?
No.
Right? Are you?
When's the last time that I ever been petty? So,
like, when you knocked that frame off the wall?
That's not my fault.
Just like the science fair project wasn't?
That was years ago. I'm talking about like elementary school.
Okay.
Yes, it was years ago. I've grown.
Yes.
Y'all have since elementary school. Like I'm not the same height I was
Why do
in.
they keep doing that to you like that?
I don't know. We
Sorry.
don't have to touch when we laugh. It's fine. It's
Our
fine.
knees touch.
Our
She's
knees
trying
do
to
not need to
transfer her
touch.
joy to you. She's trying to share her joy with you, so she has to touch your arm to share it. What's the next question?
Oh my gosh.
I can't wait to taste it.
So if you haven't already, make sure that you check out this week's episode. We talk a lot about the importance of owning your space, protecting yourself, and making sure that the other person is aware fully of what it is you expect or coming to some kind of agreement. Because social contracts, we talked about it before, very important, especially when you're sharing a space, whether that's physically, emotionally, mentally, whatever that is, you have to make sure that you are communicating with your significant other, partner, teammate, family member, because otherwise it's going to breed out bitterness. On to the good stuff.
Good stuff.
All right. So we found out on the episode that you do not put chips in your sandwich. And I'm not going to say that has put a stain on your image in my mind.
Really, it's stuck with you.
that would not be accurate. But it did make sense because I realized you don't really use lettuce, you use spinach because of the crunch or whatever. And I was like, no,
I love lettuce. I do. It's just usually I have spinach on hand more than romaine lettuce. Because if we get like romaine lettuce, it just kind of, I don't use it enough. But spinach and like, oh, I'm eating my greens, yay! It's baby spinach. It's baby spinach. I'm not just eating whole, mature leafed spinach on my sandwiches.
I put strawberry ice cream on my Doritos.
Okay, we're not doing that. We're not. No,
I'm scared.
We're not.
I was told that this was a controlled space.
We have to be gatekeepers here because that kind of shenanigans we cannot accept on the show. Now, throwing children we have talked about. Okay,
throwing children, that's fine.
Strawberry ice cream on
ice cream and Doritos.
Crossing the line.
Come on now.
Wait, hold on.
You're crossing the line.
Throwing children is fine.
Yes,
we're tossing them. We're not throwing them. Okay,
what's the difference? Right. Like, ooh, sorry, you fell on your face. Like,
tosses an underhand is like this. A throw is it?
So I'm not gonna because I can't overhand a child. I can't do that.
You could if you did.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry, what?
I can't overhand.
Wait, you have clearly thought about this before.
Listen, I'm just saying, once they reach a certain weight, you can't really. There's no chucking children. Just
chucking children.
Yeah,
I can't.
Yeah. Hey, Jason.
Yes, ma'am.
What's your favorite joke?
No, I can't think of any jokes.
No, there's no jokes.
No, I like dad jokes. Like I don't have a specific joke specifically to be specific. I don't, but yeah, I don't have a favorite joke by name. I can't name one. I wasn't prepared. Kayla, what's yours? I'm going to pivot to you.
Just boomerang it back.
No. I laugh at pretty much anything, even if it's dumb.
Okay, what is a favorite scene in a movie or a TV show that always makes you laugh? No matter how
The Simpsons. The Simpsons. It was an episode where Homer was trying to get a loan or something, and he was in the bank and he was throwing his voice, and they told him he couldn't get the loan, and he went behind a bush. He was like, "Daddy, can I have some candy?" "No, you can't have any candy." And then he says, "Well, at least take some candy for yourself." And then he grabs all the candy and runs out. So that's one of my favorite scenes. I like those kinds of things. And then there's a scene from King of the Hill where a little neighbor boy moves in. There are butterflies just floating all across my window right now. And I don't know why this is happening. I'm not even joking. Just flying.
Isn't that what happened in Powder?
I don't
what is
know.
Happening? What is happening?
This is it. There's a scene in King of the Hill where this little neighbor boy moves next door and he starts harassing Hank Hill, the main character, and he's following around and he's just screaming, "Dusty old bones, full of green dust, dusty old bones, full of green dust." So I took that And whenever I see my older brother,
That was a lot to get out.
I yell at him about that. Like I just call him Dusty Old Bones, full of green dust.
Why is it okay?
So I like jokes that are like a long con, like the kind of thing that I can just grab and just. For years, I've been calling him Dusty Old Bones because he's older than me. He's full of green dust.
I can't with you.
Me either.
Janae says, Claire, my wife and kids, Pisces.
Oh, Pisces girl. What's my sign up? Pisces girl.
Jay was better in that show than she was in Martin. She was a lot better in that show than she was in Martin.
Agree.
She had more to work with on that show than Martin. I feel like on Martin, they kind of lapsed back on her just being sort of almost like a background character, just decoration for Martin, and to try to prop him up and make him seem like, oh, he's a strong character. I feel like she had more to work on with her, like how she delivers jokes and stuff on My Wife and Kids.
True, I agree. The dancing on the wood. You know, the scene on the wood that I like the best is anybody making you breakfast?
Wait, the dancing,
I remember that.
Is that the bunny? Who's that's what the bunny's mom?
Well, when he was so there's that, but then when he was actually at the dance, and he started doing those same moves at the
I don't
dance.
remember that for some reason.
Yeah,
I
I've seen
remember
that
the
movie in a
bunny
while.
one, and I remember the breakfast.
How do you
I've
remember?
only seen the wood maybe like 2 times.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah.
Gosh, what about you, KK?
My TV show, 2, Definitely More for Kids, where Michael's side of Jay always want to spend all the quality time together, so he goes to her yoga class and just being like destructive.
Yes, sound like a bag of snakes.
Yeah. And then Lemon Single, where I don't know, I forgot her name. I know. Or Regine. Regine wants to sing in the choir, but she can't sing at all. And yeah, she just sounds terrible. Yeah.
I love that episode.
Yeah. So
I also like the scene from Good Times, Leah. I know you hate Good Times. I know.
Oh my gosh, I can't stand it.
The scene from Good Times where they're trying to get the rent money together. I know every episode. I know. Sue me.
I'm like, any specific one?
Yeah, the children are they're not supposed to be helping to get the rent money, but they're trying to get the rent money together. And so they're like practicing, and Thelma's acting like she hasn't eaten. She's like, I haven't eaten in 3 days. And she's just really over the top with it. I think that's funny. And he calls her a wounded cow. I thought that was funny because she kept going, move, or something like that. Might have been a different episode.
Okay, please explain to me.
Yeah.
What is so good about Good Times? I get Sanford and Son. I get what's happening. I get Amen. I get the Jeffersons. But what is so good about Good Times?
Wait, is Good Times with JJ?
Yes.
JJ was the worst part of Good Times, but yeah.
Just
that's what everybody remembers from Good Times is JJ, because that's who they propped up. After like the first season, they realized that people liked JJ and like his buffooning stuff. And so they propped him up and started giving him more one-liners and everything. So I like the first maybe 2 seasons of Good Times, and then it kind of fell off once they realized that everybody just wanted to hear JJ say dynamite, walk around in like really tight, horrible, hideous pajamas and stuff just for comedic effect. But what I like about it, other than JJ, yeah, I like the topical humor of it, and how I like the one-liners. That's the bit that I like about it. I like one-liners. I guess that's my favorite kind of joke. Like where something like you can have like a lot of dialogue, and then it's just building up to that one moment where the payoff is instant. So Good Times has a lot of moments like that. Plus, Willona is awesome. I almost said awful. Oh my god.
Willona, what
is that? The neighbors?
Yeah, Willona is the neighbor. Yeah, Willona Woods.
Okay.
Willona.
I know some of these characters. I just don't care about.
I know some of these words.
Yeah, I just don't.
Like, I understand in this context. I just don't like the context.
Yeah, I just don't like it. But I've met people who like, I think it's Drake, if I'm not mistaken, Drake, Drake and I had this conversation. He liked Good Times and he didn't like Cosby Show, and I was the reverse. I love the Cosby Show. I didn't like Good Times, but it's just because our backgrounds mirrored what we watched.
Yeah. The Cosby Show, clearly there are reasons why I don't watch it now, but things took a turn for me when I got maybe like 12 or 13 years old and I was watching the Cosby Show and I just got extremely annoyed by Bill Cosby in the show for no reason, really. He just, yeah, I liked Claire. No, I didn't like Vanessa.
But going to see The Wretched, that was like my top 5 episodes.
Oh my God. When I was younger, I hated that episode because I was like, why is she being so mean to her? Why is she being so mean? And then the other day when I went to my mom's house, my stepdad was watching the Cosby Show, which is weird because whenever he has the Cosby Show on, the Wretched episode is on. But it was the first time that I watched that episode and I really sympathized with Claire and I saw where she was coming from. Like, okay, you said you were going to be in one place, you crossed state lines. And the card is stolen. You guys almost get robbed and stuff. I'm just like, okay, lie into her. Give it to her. She needs it. Give it to her. No, don't go upstairs. Give it to her some more.
Like not enough. We need to see her punished.
And I looked at my brother. I was like, dang, I see where she's coming from. Like, I know why she's so angry. Because I know even if one of my nieces did something like that, then I would be Claire Huxtabling it right there.
I mean, I'm just saying. I think that it's a good show. Personally,
you went to see The Wretched. Yeah, it's not a bad show. It's just not my favorite show.
Fun. Yeah. Yes, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
What music gets you pumped up when you are exercising?
Right now it's like 80s and 90s house music, which is weird.
I'm still I was just thinking about that today. I know Jordan explained to me what house is, but every time I say a house song to him back, he's like, that's not, it's more of this, and I still don't know what house is.
Is house a genre?
Yes. Yeah, it's like music. Sort of like dance music, and then it's infused with like elements of soul and stuff. I sound like an Apple playlist description right now.
You do.
But I like the older house music because it does have more of those soul elements, and so kind of like CeCe Peniston, that kind of thing, and Buffalo Stance. What is her name? The Gypsy Woman. That song. Da, da, da. She's just like you and me, but she's homeless. She's homeless. No, you guys don't remember it.
I don't know it. Like, house is not something that's on my playlist.
Do you remember the episode of In Living Color where Kim Waynes was doing the parody of Yabba Dabba Doo, Yabba Dabba Dee? I love you, you love me.
No.
Okay.
I don't like that show.
I need points of reference. Now I'm gonna have to find.
The only reason I don't like In Living Color is because Jamie Foxx ruined it for me.
How did he? What did he?
Wanda. That's so creepy looking. No.
My older brother used to have a giant poster of Wanda. I don't know how he came into it, but he used to have a giant poster of Wanda, and we used to hide around the house and just like hide it behind people's doors and stuff. It was massive.
Or
I don't know.
Jim Carrey when he always get exploded. And
Fire Marshal Bill.
Why do you guys know that?
Fire Marshal Bill, because that's a character.
Why don't you?
Yes, that Jim Carrey's a nut.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey's a nut.
I cannot. That's one show. No, I'm good.
But yeah, I like house music to get pumped up.
I'm gonna figure. This is a year that I'm gonna figure out what it is. I'm really gonna be able to figure out what house music is. Because Jordan keeps being patient.
Don't go into the new stuff. Don't listen to do the 90s and 80s type stuff. Like Aretha Franklin has a house song. Like she has a house song. So I'll send that one to you.
Okay. I can start there.
Have you heard of Aretha Franklin before? You know who
No, who is Aretha Franklin?
That's how I felt when you asked me about In Living Color.
Is she the one who was singing with Mahalia Jackson and MLK?
Is that the one with the pie?
Oh my God!
Have you guys had Patty's pie? Like, have you guys tried
No,
No, I've never tried
I'm not a
it.
pie person.
it? Okay.
I
Just
don't,
looking at
I don't,
pictures
I
of
don't
it.
do pie like that.
I don't know if any listeners like Patty's pie, but I'm not. Apparently, this is polarizing. But it looks watery. Like
Have you
looking
had
at
it?
it. No,
You're
I
supposed to
mean
bake
just
it?
like the pictures of it. It looks like
You
has
eat it
like
out
this
the box.
translucent. Yeah, you're supposed to. Some people said that you don't have to bake it, but then other people are saying like, oh, maybe you should put it in the oven, warm it up. Just like,
Yeah.
okay, pick something. Tell the people how they're supposed to enjoy it, but also it doesn't seem right to buy sweet potato pie from the store to me. It doesn't seem like something that should be on the shelf. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have
Like,
the
it
feeling that you just.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like make it. It's not hard. Well, yeah, it is. It's not hard to make. It's just I'm lazy, so I can't really talk. Some people just like to buy stuff.
Yeah, some people just like to buy stuff.
What do you do that for?
What?
Why are you
I haven't.
like that? What's
I know. What's that for?
What happened? Did you buy another chair?
Listen,
What did I buy?
what did you buy?
Because you're the one who said yes. Some people like to buy stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Now she's questioning herself. Like, did I buy something? Like, what did I buy?
What's your favorite thing to do outside?
Walk. I really like walking.
Let's see you walk,
And-
walk.
Oh my
walk.
gosh.
That's
Yeah,
just
I like
a song. Always.
Walking and I'm trying to be more intentional with my walks, as they say, more mindful, and just not like kind of zone out like I normally do. Like usually I'll just walk like tunnel vision, but I try to walk around and pay attention to like the lines and the buildings and stuff, and try to see how things are constructed, how things are situated, and just sort of pay attention to those kinds of compositions. It always comes back to composition for me, but yeah. Like walking and just observing the world. I'm not necessarily sightseeing, but just observing, looking at what's going on.
Sunrise or sunset?
I like
We already know we don't like
you answered that. I like the idea of the
Sunrise.
sunrise. Remember when we were in Seattle and you were like, we should do a sunrise hike? And my point of view was that, okay, if I'm gonna get up to go for a hike at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, why am I going to sleep? Like, just make it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because
So
we would have slept all day.
yeah.
Yeah.
So for the sunrises that I have seen in my life, they've been great, but I like sunsets more. I like the colors that happen with like the pink skies and like how everything can look like the sky's on fire with sunsets. Yeah, doomsday, I know.
Which emoticon do you use the most?
Come again?
Which emoji do you use the most?
The teeth. The one, the equal.
What's that the one like?
Cringing?
Yeah.
Is that what you want to do?
The upside down smiley face.
I never know what
Yeah.
to do with that one. I'm like, okay, can you just say the conversation is over? So I just put EOM, just end of message. Thank you.
Who? It's EOM. What does it even mean? What do you like
Just end of message. That's what I've been doing, like at work and stuff.
that sounds like
Because
coding
they'll
or something.
keep replying back to emails, and I'm like, there's no further information needed at this time. End of message.
Oh, so you
Also, it's a
literally
work
tell
thing.
them, it's basically you saying, stop talking to me.
Yes. It's a nice way to put that.
That's not a nice way of putting that. That's just a professional way of saying it's not nice.
Yes. Just yeah, we're done. We're done with this.
Give me
Thank
that
you.
information. Please don't respond.
No, because they'll give me, especially because I'm new in my role, right? So they'll give me information, and I say, okay, and then there's all these exceptions, and I said, okay, no, I only need it in this specific circumstance, and they'll say, okay, you can do it like this for this one, but there's more, blah blah blah, and I'm like, no, this is my last one. I just need to do this one. If we need to set up training, we'll do training at a later date, and then they'll reply back with something else. And then I say, thank you very much for your time. End of message. And that way they know to stop talking to
I
me.
wish I could do especially my work email where it says like, you know, when you get an email and it's at the bottom it says nobody monitors this email, so no need to respond. I wish I could put that on the bottom of my email. And don't say
Your
that.
supervisor is going to be like, what do you mean you don't monitor your email box?
If I don't respond
just-
to emails, I get reported to the dean. So
Let's go on here. I don't like that one.
It doesn't like you either.
First of all,
Ooh.
rude. What is the best adventure that you've been on thus far?
thus far, it's actually 10 years to the day that I was there, but flew across the country to New York. First time flying, I decided to take a red eye, direct flight. Apparently there was turbulence and it was a rough ride. I didn't know. I thought planes were supposed to be like that. I had no idea. The lady that I was sitting next to, she actually she was in a long distance relationship. She lived in Oakland. The guy that she was seeing lived in New Jersey.
I'm not the only person who talks to people next to me.
Or sleeps on
I didn't
this.
talk to her. She talked to me. Let's get that straight.
I'm gonna say
So,
he said a red
no.
eye. He's talking to people.
Yeah, I was trying not to. I was trying to sleep, but remember 6'5", it was a Virgin Airlines thing. I don't even think Virgin is still around, are they?
Yeah, I think they are.
I haven't seen.
Really? Virgin America? I think they may have stopped operations in America. Somebody will look that up and let us know.
Yeah, people in
I'll
the
look it up.
comments.
But
Is Virgin Airlines still a thing in America?
but like maybe midway through the flight, the lady's like, "Whew, this is kind of rough." Huh? I was like, "I guess this is actually my first time flying." She was like, "Oh, you brave, flying across the country for your first time." Yeah, this is rough. It's not supposed to be like this. I was like, "Oh, okay, that's good to know." You tell me that as we're sitting over like Missouri or something. Like,
But what can she expect you to do?
Right.
why did you tell me that in the middle of the flight? Right?
It's like
Lie to
Bridesmaids.
me.
Did
Lie
you
to
see
me.
Bridesmaids?
Yes.
What's her name?
Kristen Wiig.
Kristen
Yeah.
Wiig. When she's sitting on the plane and she's just like, I had a dream. The plane
Is
went
the
down.
colonial
You were
woman
there.
I'm like, how did you
There's
get
a
on
colonial
the
woman on the wing of the plane,
On the
churning
wing of the
butter.
plane.
She's churning butter. It's an old colonial woman. There's
love
something
that
they're not
movie.
telling us. Yeah.
But yeah, going to New York was my greatest adventure so far. For different reasons from Seattle. Like honestly, Seattle is they're probably tied, but it's for different reasons. So for the New York one, that was me flying across the country for a concert. It was like a graduation present for me finishing my bachelor's and stuff. So it was like a culmination of all these good things that were happening. And I didn't have to pay for it because it was a gift. Yay.
Those are the
It was
best.
great. But went to the concert, got to meet Alicia Keys again, went to like the studio that she works in and got a tour of that, did like a tour of New York, didn't sleep for literally 24 hours, probably more than 24 hours. One of my friends played a pink piano in the middle of one of these parks that was near Times Square. Some lady walked up and started singing. She sounded horrible. And this is all the tour of the music studio, the pink piano thing, Empire State Building. This is all on one day. So we started at like 10 o'clock in the morning, didn't finish until like 4 o'clock that morning. Then I had to literally go to the hotel, check out, pick up my stuff, and then sit outside and wait for my cab so I could go to the airport. Sat on the tarmac for 2 hours because it started raining on my return flight, which is great. It's raining during one flight. And then the other one, oh, it's not supposed to be like this.
Yeah.
So
I mean, what else is there to do when you're on the
Just
flight? Just like, oh,
literally thrown into the fire. But that was my greatest adventure because so far away from home and for me taking that big of a risk for myself because you know how I be.
yeah.
You know how I is. You know what
I'm excited to be able to go back to Seattle. I'll be back on the West Coast hopefully soon.
Yeah, I was looking at ticket prices again. I'm like, okay, y'all are asking a bit much for me flying maybe like 15 minutes up north.
Right. I ticket prices right now to fly anywhere are ridiculous just because the world is opening back up. But thank you so much for being on the show. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Can you tell the people where to find you?
Yes. Instagram and Twitter, JJ_Newberry. And then if you want to look at my pictures and stuff on Visco, The links are on my Twitter and my Instagram.
Are you JJ_Newberry on Visco as well?
No underscore. Just JJ Newberry on Visco.
Okay. So all the socials, make sure you find him there.
Yeah.
Kayla, you created a new what you call it? Because it's no longer the buyer's journey.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Oh, Daniel's Path of Life. Yes.
What?
I did. Uh-huh. I had to change the name. That's all I did.
Oh, okay. I was about to say I didn't get a new follow notification.
Yeah. It was originally
I know you followed me with a new one.
Yeah, it was originally the buyer's journey, but now I changed it to Daniel's Path of Life. So,
when did you change it?
What was it? This
at Boredom O'Clock.
Okay, so it was this one. Okay. So I was just looking at your page and I know it was still a buyer's journey when I was looking at it.
Yeah,
okay.
But no, just changed it. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, thank you so much. Also, you guys make sure to check out Black Horror Humor. We just hit 1,000 views. We're at actually 1,100 views on one of our on our episode 4, Gerald's Game. So check that out. We have like 13 episodes out. So check out Black Horror Humor. I host that with Drake and Baylor, BCG, Baylor the Great for President. We have a good time. It's a good time. Janae says, I'm seeing Virgin Atlantic Airlines is still active. Okay.
You know, I'm surprised that American Airlines is still active.
I mean,
I don't know where she's coming from.
Are you angry with them a little bit?
Just knowing that literally everybody has a delayed flight of at least 3 hours or more. And I'm like, and they're paying more than what they would pay for a Frontier or Spirit.
Everybody pays more because you gotta pay for oxygen, you gotta pay for napkins, you gotta pay for your jacket, you gotta pay for the paces that you take when you get on the plane. Like you're paying for everything when you get on Spirit.
I mean, at least with American Airlines, that's what we're talking about, right?
Yep.
At least you don't have to, like, the pilot is included in that. You don't have to do the flight yourself. So
every time, and Jocelyn Testament. Jocelyn is a person who I will call if I say yes, I'm ready to take a trip, or I'm coming down to see y'all. She'll book me a flight, and the flights are so cheap, and I'm like, okay, does it come with a pilot manual? Like,
what's included?
Am I gonna need to know how to man this flight? Like, what's going on?
Our arms to propel this thing, or what? Did you see the picture of on somebody on a Spirit flight with like a whole spread of like crab and crawfish?
Yes.
Oh my God.
That was ridiculous. I was just like,
ain't no way. I would be so mad if I was in the middle seat though. I would have been mad.
No, we sharing this. Like
we would fight. We would be fighting.
Listen, but I don't want to get off the flight smell like crab boil, especially if I'm supposed to be going somewhere.
Right. Like I just don't want to. There's a common courtesy. You don't bring strong smells into enclosed spaces. Like you don't bring cabbage into an office.
You also don't heat up seafood in the office as well. So
you also just don't bring whole crab legs and crawfish and
lobster. Like it was everything.
One pan was just lobster itself.
Like,
oh my gosh.
How long was the flight? Like that's what I'm wondering.
I don't think I was like, I don't even know.
She didn't even care at that point.
I don't even know.
But I'm like, I wonder who took the picture. But I wonder if it was a flight attendant. Like, look
Thank
at
you,
this
Janae. Thank you, Lily TT. Yep, that's right. We're almost at 1.2 thousand. I'm really happy about that.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't know what's up with that lady or why, because that kind of like took the whole bonnet conversation in a whole new direction. Like, what is etiquette on the flight? Yeah. It said bring your own food, yes, but they did not say a whole 3:00 service spread
was
after church.
What you get at a repast after the service. Like, I'm surprised nobody walked up to her and asked, like, okay, who made this? Who made it? We're not messing with that. Nah.
Are those raisins? Who put raisins in the seafood? I don't know.
Maybe she was sharing with everybody on the flight.
Absolutely not. I would not. By the time that is touched a third hand, I don't want it. Stop passing around.
Plus,
COVID is still out here. Like, people don't wash their hands. You don't know how many flights they've been on today. You know how many
Aren't they
layovers
still
they could have
wearing
had
masks
before
on
they got to
planes?
you? Mm-mm.
Some
No.
aren't.
I wouldn't
Some
want
aren't
those
requiring-
germs going into.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly Spirit wasn't. So she didn't even have gloves.
She had baby wipes.
She had nothing.
She had baby wipes. Yes, I don't.
Means her hands are gonna smell like citrusy crap.
I don't think that she,
because that's all
I don't
baby
think
wipes
that
do. She cared.
the audacity. That
Maybe it
couldn't
was
be me.
like
I
one of those
just know it couldn't
situations
be
like
me.
I'm just gonna see if I can do it.
But what
No.
would you say if you were like the flight attendant? What would you say to the person who has a big spread like that?
I would I would ask everybody else on the flight, like, do you have a seafood allergy? Do you have a seafood allergy? And if somebody said it, I was like, man, I'm sorry, you can't have this on board.
You're gonna have to close that all the way up. We're gonna need to take that, put that in the in somebody's cabin, because wherever you put that, the whole thing is gonna smell like seafood. So you can't just put it anywhere.
Like, did it go through the X-ray thing?
Yeah, because even when I brought food on to the plane, like it had to go through the X-ray thing, and sometimes they'll open it if it's not clear, if it's not a clear container, they'll open it to look at it, and I'm like, can you not breathe?
So it got scanned, and all I saw was just crustacean shells, just
Ugh.
like crab shells and stuff.
But how do you have?
It ain't for me. That's all I know.
How
No.
long was the flight? That's what I want to know.
What if she was flying from San Francisco to Oakland? And she was like, I want to know if I can get away with it. Like, let me just do it.
San Francisco to Oakland.
Yeah. I'm going to just do it just to get away with it.
Just to see.
Yeah. I don't know. But yes, I'm going to feed you. Okay. I'll be, just give me a minute. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
Did you just push him down?
No, of course not. I pushed that.
did.
Of course not.
She just encouraged him to fall.
He's too big to be pushed over. You know this already. If
Is-
Misty didn't
Dog
fall,
is built.
listen.
Why are you always throwing? First you throwing kids, now you throwing dogs.
Why he's not
Who, me?
being thrown? I just guided him back
She
out
said
of.
if Misty didn't fall, so I'm curious as to why.
Misty was getting whipped in the face by Colt's tail.
Yeah, Misty was getting pulverized by Cold Spell. And she was just standing there. It was so sad. And we were like, Misty, you should move. Just move.
No.
And she just standing there like, no, I need to see to this.
She's never had that type of attention before.
No, she wanted to fight him, but that's all. I'm gonna tell you what happened after we get off. Yeah, but thank you all so much for tuning in to another episode of Tech and Space Podcast. I've been your host Leah, joined by Kayla and our guest Jason. Thank you so much again for being on. Thank you to Janae. Thank you, really TT. Thank you, Lenora. Thank you, Jocelyn. Thank you, Janae. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Rachel. Did I get everybody? I said thank you, Jocelyn.
Yeah.
Really, TT, Honey T, got you. I said Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, got everybody. Cool beans. Thank you all again. We'll be back. Friday is probably going to be our day. That seems to be more feasible, so we'll probably stick to Fridays unless something changes.
Why you get
Because this is your schedule. This is why we had to change. So thank you all.
She's just
so
blasting
much.
you left and right.
No.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Also, if you know anybody who wants to be debaters for Champions of Discourse Presents Debate This, we're going to start shooting this month. So if you know anybody who wants to debate or anybody who likes to argue, we'll teach them kind of how to debate. We'll give them some structure. And just let me know. Send me a DM. Slide to my DM.
Oh
all right,
so bye.
Don't make it weird.
I know.
Everything is weird. Peace out, y'all.
Bye.